educated dudes, and we've been dealing with them for what, years. Just gonna throw a number out there. I haven't even looked at any data towards it. But let's say since before the 60s, and these people before the 60s, during the 60s, and what people call the elite, you know, still get to do what they're doing, and they do it on the help of the educated and the unrevolutionary people, right? So they get this off. They have been getting it off on black people, quote unquote black people, quote unquote descendants of slaves, quote unquote the descendants of the Moors, you know, and other groups, among other groups, right? And they got to get this stuff off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the solution. And this solution can be applied to other groups also. You know, if they want to take the route, and the solution pretty much is decentralization. And it doesn't have to be fully decentralized, right? But you have to decentralize yourself to a point to where no one can strip you of your wealth, right? So the new economy is being set up by other people that are not black in order to keep black people down, right? And I said, and I think no, I didn't put the poster out yet, and I think Claude was spelled wrong. It had an E on in his name, but whatever. But Claude Anderson was wrong about tech, right? We know that now that they when they outsource tech, that you know a lot of billionaires are Indian and they were in tech. Okay, India had a lot to do with tech because they outsourced it. Asia, pretty much, period. But then they ran into problems also, right? So what we have to do is first, like alcoholics and dope fiends admit, and people in fucked up relationships who fucked their relationships up and or who allowed it to be fucked up or whatever, you have to admit that they were wrong, man. Claude Anderson was wrong because he said in the speech, I think it was at a church out here in LA somewhere, I think, not sure. Don't take that 100%, right? I can't remember, but I think it was on his Powernomics tour back in the day. He told them that black people shouldn't get behind tech. Now, I don't know if he corrected that at any point, but from what I see, it's a group of people who run tech pretty much. And I use the white racist scientific term, as they want to say, Negroid group, because that works in the industry would know that, and I'm talking about by phenotype, you know, not by skin complexion, will be able to tell you that pretty much tech is ran by one group, right? You could pretty much say that. And in Silicon Valley, the same group, as they came over, they instilled a specific type of caste system, the same caste system that they had over there in in their country, right? So we all seen this, and it's among other factors that has changed amongst certain people. It has stayed the same amongst other people, and we should have been running that industry. All the decentralization, all this should have been ran by people who were enslaved, pretty much. It should have been ran by Bitcoin, even though it was a plant project, right? Pseudonym, Satoshi Nakamoto, all that mess, right? You know, they don't know who it is, and one guy say he's Satoshi Nakamoto, somebody else say they, you know, it doesn't even matter anymore. That's all distraction. But decentralization is the key for black people. Like I said, some form is going to be centralized because you're going to have to spend money. The majority of Negroes are not going to separate from, specifically the women, are not going to separate from the system that empowered them. Me personally, I call towards the men, and after I do more research, I'm gonna have specific people in the group to talk about because you all are going to be the ones that's even going to keep this around. Right? I'm almost done with the research and charts. So I'm just posting this. There's a bigger plan behind Bitcoin itself. There are other blockchains, disruptive technology. Right now is the time for you to work. I'm working. Other people are working, right? To give a base for people to build on and for the younger generations to build on pertaining to what's going on with the Great Reset. So stay tuned for that. That will be, I should be done in about 2 days. I have school, so I have to do certain things for school, my IT school, but in 2 days I should be done with the data on the specifics I need to present to you, and particularly black people and other groups on what you need to do, in my opinion, as a blockchain, you could say engineer or developer or architect, or how people need to move on this technology. So I'm gonna do another post. Right now I'm gonna say peace.